67-year-old Elsie Garcia spent years ignoring her doctor's advice to have a colonoscopy.
I was afraid. I had heard several people tell me that, it's very uncomfortable.
But she was willing to take a relatively simple at-home test called the fecal immunochemical test, or FIT. Kaiser Permanente researchers reviewed previous studies and found the tests detect about 80% of colon cancers.
Early colorectal cancers bleed. The test is meant to pick up on that bleeding, and if positive, a colonoscopy is then warranted.
Now a new review of 30 studies of those at-home FIT tests shows they are effective for colorectal cancer screening in average-risk people when done annually.
There are different ways of getting screened. One of them is the colonoscopy, and that's a great choice for a lot of people. But for the people who don't want the colonoscopy, know that there are alternatives.
Currently, only 65% of people who should be getting screened for colorectal cancer are getting tested. CBS News chief medical correspondent Dr. John LaPook is a gastroenterologist. He says the hope is access to less invasive and intimidating tests will increase screening rates.
FIT seems to be a pretty good test for picking up colon cancer. It's a less good test for picking up colon polyps, but it certainly beats doing nothing.
With colon cancer increasing in younger people, last year the American Cancer Society began recommending average-risk adults start screening at age 45, not at 50. Patrice Brown with the Colon Cancer Alliance reminds people to look out for symptoms, to know your risk factors such as family history, and to just get screened.
Our motto is the best test is the test that gets done.
Now, there's actually another at-home test that requires a prescription called Cologuard, and that's actually similarly done to the FIT test, but it looks for cancer DNA in a stool sample. Again, none of these are as good as a full colonoscopy, but any screening for colorectal cancer is better than none at all. And remember, if the test comes up positive, you'll still probably end up needing a colonoscopy. But it's that early screening test that keeps you away from the colonoscopy.
Yeah, absolutely. And no downside, right?
No downside. Nothing. No,
Okay.
it's easy to do.
No excuses. Thank you, doctor.
Exactly.